Developers, this is a new way to build client project on your next SaaS app. In this video, you will build a complete AI invoice platform from scratch using Readdy AI, Supabase, and Resend. Instead of spending weeks on repetitive front-end work, designing dashboards, setting up authentication for clients, let Readdy AI handle the entire project workflow from planning the architecture, designing the UI, implementing features, and managing the workflow all in one place. You retain 100% control of the code while Readdy AI accelerates the execution. Whether you are a freelancer building a client's project or a founder building your next product, you are going to love this. And to help you get started even faster, I've partnered with Readdy AI to get you an exclusive deal. Right now, you can get 20% off all Readdy plans by signing up through the first link in the description, entering the promo code IMA. This is limited to the first 100 users. Make sure to grab this while it is available. Now let me show you how the app works, and don't forget to subscribe. We have this beautiful landing page, and the entire landing page alongside its components are all generated using Readdy AI. So to log into the application or sign up, you have to click on the sign up button or the login. So I'm going to log in, and once I click on the login button, it take me to the login page. So I'm going to click on sign in, and now it's going to redirect me to the dashboard page. At the top corner here, you can filter by the last 30 days. You can filter by 7 days, last 3 months, 6 months, this year, and all time. And there we can see the total revenue, the invoice issued, paid invoice and unpaid invoice, and the chart we have, and we have the paid invoice. So this is showing the revenue for the paid invoice and also the amount for the unpaid invoice. Below here we can see the recent invoices which are shown here. And there we can see you can click here to create a new invoice. Alongside, we can also click on the create with AI, and this is going to use a OpenAI to generate the invoice. So I'm going to try with the AI version. So I'm going to just paste in this. I'm going to paste in this invoice detail, the name, the email. I'm going to also paste in. I'm going to also show the project, the service, and the terms. Then I'm going to click on generate invoice, and once I click on this is going to pierce the data I passed in, and it's going to generate the invoice. So it's going to see it is done. So I'm going to click on review and edit draft, and this is going to open is in the edit page. So now we can see how it looks. So here we can see the invoice number was generated, currency selected, date issued, and due date. So you can change the due date if you want to change it, and this will appear on the invoice in real time. Then we can see the sender. So this is the business name I choose, and the email and the company name I've already put in. Then it selected the name of the, you can see the name of the email I passed when I gave the details. So you can see this. Now you can see that it has even added the invoice items. We can see also the rating, the amount, and the total amount, also the tax and the notes added here. And this is how it looks. So if you make any changes, you can just quickly save this. But for now, it's already saved in the database. So if you come over here, you can click here, and this will take you to the settings page, or click here, and this is where you fill in your business information. So anytime you create a new invoice, it will populate the field. So below here we can also see all invoices. You can see all invoices. You can filter by draft, you can filter by unpaid, you can filter by paid, and you can also search by client ID, or click on the pagination, which is added everything generated using Readdy AI. We also have clients here, so you can add new clients. You can click here to add a new client if you want. You can also switch from list view to grid view, and you can see the clients are all displayed in the grid view, and you can switch back to the list. So I already have this client, so I'm going to use this client which I've generated an invoice for. So I'll go back to the invoices page, and now I want to send this invoice to this client. So I'm going to click on this invoice, and this is going to take me to this invoice detail page. Here you can see that we are going to click here to send, because currently it is draft. So I'm going to click on send to client, and this is going to generate an email for me using AI. So we can see that the invoice here, the subject, we can see here Jane Smith. You can see the email, everything generated using AI. You can click here to copy to clipboard, or you can click here to send with PDF. So I'm going to click on send with PDF, and this is going to generate the PDF and send it to the client email. And after a couple of seconds, you should see that the status of this invoice And now we can see that it has sent the invoice. Now we can see the status now has changed to unpaid. You can also send a reminder if you want. You can mark this to as paid, or you can also click on download to download the PDF, and you can see the invoice which I just downloaded now. It has all the has the invoice item, the bill to, the bill form and bill to, and the total amount. You can also see the mail that was sent to that user. And if you look at the attachments that was added here, the invoice was added to the attachment. And like I mentioned, we can send reminder to users, so you can click on this reminder button. This will generate, the AI is going to generate the email, and then we can see the email which the AI has generated. Now you can also click here to send this to the PDF, so to send this to the email of the customer or the client, and this is going to generate the PDF again and send it to the customer. And you can see the reminder email which was sent to the user with alongside the attachment too. You can see the subject is different, friendly payments reminder for the invoice. And once the client has paid, you can click here to just confirm that the client has paid. So you just click on mark paid. Now this invoice now is now marked as paid. Now you can see the status here has changed. And also if you go to the home on the chart side, the revenue over time, we can also see the invoice. You can see and today invoice this has increased to 16, and also you can see total revenue now has increased. So on the invoice tables we have the options here. So for paid invoices you can only see edit and duplicate, but for draft you can see edit invoice sent to clients, and you can click on duplicate, and this is going to duplicate the invoice, and you can see the invoice here. So I can click here to also delete this invoice, and this is going to delete the invoice. Click on the first link in the description to head over to Readdy and use the promo code EMAT to get 20%. So the first thing we're going to do is to sign up or log in. So I already have an account, but if you don't have an account, you can quickly just sign up. You can click on the get started or sign up with Google. So I'm going to quickly log into my account. So once you log in, you'll be brought to the dashboard page. So here we can see that we can start from scratch, and also note that Readdy has templates. We can see they have templates. So whether you're building a client project or a portfolio or any project of your choice, you can select from the 5,000 plus template they have. So we're going to start from scratch, and you can also start with the website link and start from a business card. So let's start from scratch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plan what we're going to build. So we are building AI invoice platform. So most developer will just go ahead and start telling the AI agent to start building application for it, which is not the best way to do. So the best way to do is to plan exactly what you want to do. So we're going to be using either ChatGPT or Gemini. So I'm going to be using Gemini because I've already used it. So I'm going to click on the Gemini. So if you look at what I've already done here, so I've feed Gemini some images I found online and asked it questions. So I've gone deep dive with Gemini. So after everything, I've asked it to generate the entire prompt I'm going to feed the AI agent. So let me scroll down to the ending, and prompts I've generated from Gemini, I've brought them out and I've placed them inside a doc. So I'm going to open the documents which I have here. So if you can see that I've given the name of the application, Aurora AI, and the project name, the theme, which is we're going to use dark mode, cyber pure black and green. Then you can see I have the global branding here, and we have the landing page, and these are each of the sections in the landing page. Like we have the global navigation, the hero session, the trusted buy session, the feature session, the revenue tracking session, and the call to action and footer. We have different pages here that I've already um, generated the prompt for. So this is exactly how we're going to do it. So we're going to either you can use GBT if you want, but I've chosen to use Gemini. You can use it. So I'm going to put the link to this prompt in the description so you can get it, so you can follow along. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to give Readdy context. So I'm going to tell it, let me go back to the documentation, to the doc. Sorry, I'm going to copy this, so it knows the branding and the spec, the background I'm using, the primary accent, the typography I want to use. It also knows that I need scrolling animation, and also know that all section must be mobile responsive. And I'm going to also feed it the global session, sorry, the global navigation and the hero session. So let's quickly do that. So I'm going to copy all of this here, and let me just copy it like this, and I'll head over to Readdy AI, and I'm going to say I want to build AI invoice, sorry, invoice and platform or SaaS app in one platform, and follow the, or instead of follow, I'll just say here are the contexts. So I'm going to paste it here. So I've pasted in the band. Look at the name, the project name, or let me say the application name, app name, and the team and the global branding specs. I'm going to go back to my doc, and I'm going to copy the hero section. So let me copy the global hero section. I'll just copy this. I'll copy only these two sections. And sorry, let me just copy this. And I'm going to also paste it too. I'll go back and I'll say first build build only, or let's say build these sections of the landing page for now. So I'm going to paste it here. And so you can see global navigation, then the hero section. You can see, let me scroll down. You can see the hero section here. So now we can see that the total word is 5,000, so we already 2,000 something. So I'm going to click on send, so make sure everything is correct. So I'm asking you to first build only this section. So I'm going to click on send, and it's going to first of all ask us the structure, and you can see session structure global hero session. So I'll say and skip the structure, like you can see, or you can click on next if you want. So let me just skip this, and it's going to generate the logo, or you can upload. So I'm just going to click on next, and it should start generating. So it has navigated us to this page where we can see that the AI agent has started working on it. And why this is working, we can see that it has generated the skills it's going to use to generate this application. So while it is generating, we can look at here. So you can see that there's files, you can upload files here and use it inside your app. And we can add custom domain, and we can look at the SEO. You can add site settings, submit to Google, AI SEO analytics. We also have the analytics coming from the SEO from Google. So you also have form to collect, to add. You can add form, and you can also see leads if you want to collect lead. So you need to use it with you can use the Readdy agent in your website. So you can collect lead from visitor on your website and the project settings. So let's head back to the editor. So I'll click on editor, and we can see that it has started. It has generated the task going to run. So it is starting to build the navigation components and the mobile. So we can see for mobile, it's going to use the hamburger menu. Then it's going to build the section with two column layout and dashboard mock animations, and wire up the routing and home page. So this is calling some two also. We can see it has generated the nav component. So it's creating these files in a component structure. It's using React behind the scene. So we're going to also see the code once it is done with generating, and we can wait for this to finish. So now we can see it is done. So it's analyzing everything. So it is done totally with it, and we can see the uh the nav parcel. You can click at this top corner here to generate a to generate a share link. So I'm going to click on this, and this is going to generate a share link and navigate to the URL, so we can see this application properly, and we can see that it's looking good. We can see future Python login and sign up button. We can also see the logo, AI invoice AI, and we can see get page faster, work less, and no credit required, and we can see the animation. So this is looking good. So we are not done yet. So let's just cancel this. So we can also ask the agent to make this closer if you want. And if you want to edit, you can see click to turn on select to edit. So I'm going to cancel this, skip this, and you can click here. And with this, you can just hover any of the text. You can select parent. And if you want to change the font, you can select this and ask the agent to change. You can see change the font if you want, or change the text. So let me cancel this. So for now, I'm not going to edit. So let me unselect this. So we're going to go ahead and create the next section. So I'm going to head over to my document and I'm going to scroll down to the trusted by section. So I'm going to copy this. So make sure you copy this, the document from documents, which I've added in the description. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go over to Readdy and I'm going to say, now let's create this section. So this is going to be below the hero section. So I'll paste this trusted by and I'm going to click on send. And now this should start generating the section below this hero section. And we're going to see, let's wait for it. So it has already created a component you can see. So Readdy AI is giving us you can see the output is very, very impressive. So we're going to wait for this to okay, so it's modifying the files in this. It has created a component. Nice. I think it's adding it in the home page. So okay, it is done. So let's see. So I'll scroll down. We can see that it's scrolling below here, and we can see that the hero section is too wide. So let's just select this, and we can tell it. Let me click and say the hero section has has say a long height, reduce it, and long height, reduce it so we can see the trusted by. So click on send, then it's going to go ahead and reduce the height of the hero section. Now you can see that it's modifying the file and it's checking the project. So overall the application is coming out good and beautiful. So let's wait for this. So now we can see that it has reduced the height and this is okay for now. Or we can ask it to reduce the bottom side, or we can ask it to also add more space to the top and reduce the increase this. We can ask it to increase this so it takes up. Let me click on this. I'll just say let me select this, then click on select parent, select parent again, and I'll say increase the size of this so there's less space in between um in the hero section. So let's click on this and let's see what is done so we can look at it. And while this is running, let's look at the other section we're going to create. So I think it went ahead and increased this height, which is the width I should have said. So we can click here to go back to the previous version. So let's go back to version 3 and this will look like this. So let's edit this again. I'll say make the the mock dashboard on the right with size um so on the right increase the size, the width and height. Yeah, let's see. I think is it hit you should use width or we can use scale or scale. So click on send and it should start working on it. So you can see that you can go back to the previous version the AI has generated. So no data, no data is lost. So you have everything grouped into a version. So we can wait for this to run. So it's going to modify the hero section. So while this is running, let's go ahead and copy the next section. So the next section is the future section. So I'm going to copy this and it's going to first of all create a smart animation. So this is just the flow and it's going to say instant analytics. Okay, it's going to get an SVG line chart. Then it's going to create, so it's going to say global payment with minimalistic flowing currency icon. So the header is going to use white font and color. So we're just going to copy this and we're going to go back to Readdy. And we can see that it did it properly. So it increased the weight and the height. So we're going to later ask it to increase the space at the top or drag this down. But for now, it's looking good. So let's say let's create the next landing page section. So I'll paste it here and I'm going to click on send and it's going to start. You can see that it has created a component, the feature section component, and it's going to create this below this trusted by section. So we can see that this is looking good. So let's wait for this. So we can see that it is modifying the home page. So it's adding the component to the landing page and so it is done. So you can scroll down now and we can see built built for the way you work. We can see smart animation, instant analytics, and global payments. We can ask it to remove this global payments. We don't actually need it. Let me ask it to remove this global payment section. So I'll say remove this card. We don't need it. And it's not even placed properly. So I'm just going to say let's just remove it. So I'll say remove it. And it's going to remove the last card. And now we can go ahead. So we're going to later change the font. I don't really like the font. So I'm going to ask the agent to use a better font. So we can see that us remove the card. So let's generate the entire page. Then we can ask it to and change the font. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the next section, which is the revenue tracking section, which is a two column. So we're going to have the invoice by the right and a text by the left. So I'm going to go back to Readdy and I'm going to paste this in. Let's create the next session. Let me select next landing page section. So I'm going to paste this and click on send. And this should start generating. You can see it's generating the components and we are going to wait for this to finish. So we can see that it is already adding the components. So let's scroll down and we can see that this is looking good. So I'm going to tell it to use a white so it's done. So I'm going to say use a white background for the invoice. So select this. Um so use a light white background and black text for the invoice, and add shadow as a box shadow. So the invoice is right, so users can see it. So let's wait for this. So we can see that it's looking good. We can see revenue tracking simplified, and you can start tracking your revenue free. So let's refresh this, modifying the component, and let's wait for this. So it's already created the component or modified the component, so it's going to add it to. So let's see. So now you can see that it's looking good. So let's ask the agent to make changes to the let's just finish everything, then we can ask it to make changes by changing the font, and also making this to reduce the space in between by adding max width and max mx photo. So let me complete this section. So I'll go back into my so we're creating the last section. So I'm just going to copy these two sections. So yeah, these two prompts. I'm going to say now let's create a last section. Oh, we can ask it to generate the so let's ask it to generate the testimonial section. Then before that, so I'll click on this, and you can see that add final CTA call to actual banner footer to complete the landing page. So I'll say first of all, let's add this. So add testimonial section with 3 to 4 clients. So it's going to generate the section. Then lastly, we're going to create the call to action and the footer. So let's look at this in mobile view. So we can see that it is mobile responsive. You can click here and you can see this. So this is looking great. This is looking great. So let's just go back to desktop view and let's wait for it. So it's already modifying the file and it's already done. So let's wait for it. And now we can see that it is done. So we can see the testimonial loved by creator worldwide. So I didn't ask it to do and I didn't give it the prompt I generated. So it just used the styles that we've already it's matched the entire design that we've already started with. So that is the reason it is good to give the agents the first context is important. The first prompt is important. So now let's ask it to generate the call to action. So we can see this here. You can pick this one. Let me just give it the one I've generated. I will say the last session, the last session. Let's say add the CTA and footer section. So I'll paste this here and I'll click on send, and it's going to generate the last section. Then we can go ahead and do final touch to the design. So let's wait for it. So now it's creating the CTA section. So let's wait for this. So now it's already done. So I think it's adding the components to the page. So we can scroll down now. We can see that it has created a section. So I can ask it to make this have a blue background. So let me say place, and I'm going to say um make this to have a glow gradient background. I think this and make the text match properly. I'll click on send, and this is going to go ahead and add like background color so it look different. So let's wait for this modifying the file, and let's wait for this. So say I've now updated the text color with probably against the grid. Okay, tinted background, so it's modifying the file, and let's wait. So now it is done. So we can scroll down and see. So it uses color. This is fine, right? So you can ask it to increase the thing the to make it more brighter if you want. Oh, this is fine. So let's go ahead and ask it to. So I'm going to select the hero section. So I'm going to say first of all, um, increase the top, increase the space at the top and reduce space at the bottom a little bit, and make the hero section maximum max width. Let's say reduce the gap, or let's say reduce the maximum width. So I'll say so the text and the mark dashboard are closer. I'll click on send, and this should go ahead and increase the top. You can see it's going to add more space here and reduce this space below here, and it's going to make these close to each other so it reduce. So I think it's done. So now it's looking good now. So we can click on this. We can click on this now to view this, and let's see it. So this is looking, we can see get paid faster work lengths, and just added a space, reduce the space below. We can scroll down and you can see how good this is looking with the animation and the transition. So everything's looking fine. So the next thing we're going to work on is the landing page. So I'm going to ask the agent. So you can see it has even given us suggestion like build a landing page section page to match the color. You can see it as to match the theme, create dashboard page. So let's go ahead and start working on the authentication page. So let's work on the authentication page. So I'm going to go into the doc and I'm going to copy the prompt. So let me copy this, the sign in page. So I'll copy this and I'll head over to Readdy, and I'm going to say now let's build the login page first. So you can either pick this. So this is just going to build it. So let's go with this first. So you can just be, oh, let me just leave it. Let's use this. Let me say build the, sorry. Let me just use the prompt I already have. Let's build the login page first. And I'm going to just paste this here. And so let's click on send. So we have the same result. So let's wait for this. So this should start generating the page. Okay, so now I have all the context I need. Let's build the login page. So you can see that it has created, you can see it says SLC, and you can click here to see the code if you want to the code. So you can also save the code, you can download the code, and you can go into the SLC. We also have the GitHub, so you can connect to GitHub. So you push to GitHub And we can look at the pages here. We have the home, and this is the home component. So it's going to create the login so very soon. So let's wait for this. So I'll go into the chat and we can wait for it to finish with the login page. So now it's almost done. And let's see. And so let me click on this login button and we should see that it has created it. So you can fill in your password, email and password here. So we can ask it to make this more visible. Use a background image to make it more visible. So let's click here. I'll select this. Let's see. So say the left side. So the left side. There's nothing visible there. Something like this. So let's just give it like this and see. So while this is running, I can go ahead and copy the sign up prompt. So I'll just copy this. So after this, we're going to connect the Supabase authentic auth to the authentication page. So I'll copy this now and head over to Readdy and let's see. So let's wait for this. So it is done. And now you can see this is looking good. But the problem now is it's having a float. So we can ask it to just simply make this center and remove the left side. Let's just ask it, let's go back to the previous version. Okay, let me see. So I can find the previous version. So let's just try it. Think it made a mistake here. So I'll just say let's just center it. So let's remove the left side and simply center the center the right or and simply place the form card to the center. So let's just remove this because I don't, let's remove this. So this is positioned to the center properly and it's going to look good. So let's wait for it. So you can see that center the login form to the middle and it has removed the left side. So, and I've already made some changes. So I've asked you to also build a sign up page. So this is a prompt, I fill it. So I'm going to scroll again and we can see the sign up page. So if I click here now, let me click on version 17, changes I made. Yeah, we can click on sign up. You should see the sign up you did here. So I ask you to remove this pricing section and in version 18, it was able to remove it and you can see as a use. So the sign up and login size were different. So I'll click on login. You can see the width. So I asked it to use the sign up card size for the login form. And then that is what it did. So you can see the changes it made. So if I click on sign in now, you can see the same thing with the sign up page. So this is looking great. So now the next thing we are going to do is we're going to plug in the Supabase. So I'm going to click on tools here and we can add in the Supabase too. So I'll click on add and this is going to first of all show a dialog where you need to connect to your Supabase account. So I've already signed up already, I've already logged into my Supabase account and I've already connected my Supabase to Readdy. So that is the reason why you can see it's fetching all my projects. So just connect it and you should be able to see all the projects that you have in your Supabase. Then I'm going to click on create new project and I'm going to create and connect. And this is going to go ahead and create the project. So let's wait for it. So now you can see that it is creating the project. So if I go back to Supabase, click on this project. Now you can see the project which is created by Readdy. So let's go back to Readdy, and now you can see that it said it can now it can now create the Scality Supabase client, wire up the email and password auth with Google Auth. So it's doing that for us. So it's going to connect this form to Supabase with Google, continue with Google, and also likewise it's going to do the same thing for the sign up page too. So let's wait for this. So I think it's already wiring up the login form first before the sign up. We can see that it's already creating, so it's updating the file, I think. Yeah, so it's updating the file. So let's wait for this. So we're going to wait for it to finish. So it is done. So now we can test it. You can see it said it is done with the Supabase. So it has connected. So now we're going to work on the dashboard page, but let's test this out. So I'll click on let's click on sign up, and I'm going to give this a name. Let's just stick with Emma, and I'm going to give this an email. So I'll use my email, and let's use this password 123, and I'm going to click on create account. So I need to accept them. So you can see the validation is working. So I'll click on create account, and you can see account created. Check the email for confirmation. So I'll go to my email. Let me quickly head over to, and you can see the email that was sent to me. So I can copy this. So this is going to be in localhost because we didn't generate any link. So if I paste this here, okay, we can see it's giving us a link. So let me paste this here. You can see localhost 3000. So it's done. So let's go over to Readdy, and let me try and sign in. So now you can see the dashboard page is showing 404 because we've not created a dashboard page. So this is working fine. So let's go ahead and work on the dashboard page. So let's start working on the dashboard page. So we're going to go ahead and go to the prompt we've generated. So after the dashboard page, we're going to create this database schema. So let's just get the layout and the scaffold the dashboard page first. Then we're going to tell the agent to create the tables. So for now, let's go ahead and start with this. So we're going to go with the global site navigation and uh, and the the dashboard header. So let's copy this. So all page content must be wrapped in a mix, so in a max with content. So this is going to center it. So let me just copy this, and let's go ahead. Or should I add in this section? So let's copy all these sections, and let's go into Ready here and say so build uh let me see, okay, let's start build the dashboard page. So I'm not going to say build a dashboard page. So let's build a dashboard page only this let's see sections only this below. So it should build only this below for the dashboard page. So I'm going to paste this prompt here. So it's going to go ahead and start working on the global cyber navigation. Then it's going to, so let me remove this post here, and it's going to have the dashboard header and likewise the top start row section. So let's start with this. Holding this row. So let's click on send, and you can see that it's going to start working on the dashboard page. So it's going to configure the route, and it's generating the generated tags. It's going to create the dashboard sidebar component, the dashboard header component, the start row, and the dashboard page layout. So let's wait for this, and we should see what Readdy is going to give us an output. So I'm going to pause and wait this complete. So it's almost done. So let's wait for it. So it is done with it. So now we can see this. We can see the dashboard of the app bar. We also have the side menu. So this is looking good. New new invoice creates with AI, and now everything's looking good. So we can ask it to always make this text button white. So make the text and the button white, and the text of the start card not visible. Or should we say the text or the title? So I'm going to click on send. So let's wait for it. So should I say always make this button to have the, so it's also reflecting the sign-in page and also the sign up. So but it has make the updates now. And for some reason it removes the text. Oh, so let's just go back to the other version. So I think I mentioned should not be visible. So that is the reason it removed it. So I made a mistake. So I'm going to ask it to always make the button, always make the, so always make the primary button and text and icon white or default button. So, and make the start card title text more visible. So click on send. So it's going to modify it now. So I made a mistake in the first prompt, so I asked it to make the card not, the title not visible. So that is why it removed it. So for now, this is going to, so let's wait for it to update it. And now we can see that the text is more visible now. And we can see the button now is clearer. And we can also ask it to make this card, this button, since it's AI, so it should be brighter, but it's okay for now. Or we can ask it to just add in maybe a shadow around it. But let's just go ahead and create the other section. So let's go to below here. So let me copy this, the chat and AI feature section. So let me go back to Readdy, and I'm going to say let's create this dashboard section. Let's create the next dash section below the stats. So I'll paste this here. So I'm going to click on send, and this is going to start analyzing and start generating this page. So yeah, let's wait for it. So I think I also mentioned opens a create with AI dialog. I should have told it not to create the components yet, because we're going to do that when we are creating the all invoice page. But let's just wait and see. So maybe later on we're going to update the components. So let's wait for it. We can see it has generated this page, this section. Now this is a chart. Currently the invoice, there's no paid invoice. So it's going to uh once we have some data, it's going to show this up and we can see this. So I'm going to tell it, so I'm going to edit this. I want this to be more to look more better. I'm going to say in the empty state, show empty, show charts behind the overlay, but no data in it. And I want it to also update the sidebar. I'll say update the sidebar to have tooltip when hover and the dashboard. And I think I need to let me look at this properly. So I'll open this. Okay, center this. So it didn't center this, so you need to center this page. So yeah, I think this also have this open up here. So this is looking good. So I'll tell you to do this, and I'm going to say you should add in like tooltip on this button or this icon, then center this the same way the menu is. So let's just make it back into the ready. I'll say hover and the dashboard header, sorry, the dashboard header contents, use max with similar to the, the contents. So I'll click on send and let's wait for this. So I think you should start generating. So it's going to, let me see. So it's going to modify this. So it has this kind of charts behind the overlay. So it look good. So overall, the application is looking good. And we can open this. We can go to invoice, clients, and settings. So these are the menu. Then you can see logout on my account. So we're going to later create all of these pages. So so we can see you can filter by 7 days, 6 months. And if we click on this, okay, it has created this dialog, but for some reason the font, the color are not a kind of visible. So I'm going to later ask you to create this dialog properly. So for now, let's just leave it. So let's go back and see if it's done. So it's going to fix everything. So while this is running, we're going to go ahead and copy the last part of the dashboard section. So I'm going to copy this. So I should have added this mobile behavior in the beginning. So let me see if I added it here. Okay, I think I added it here too. So I added it here. So I'm just going to really copy this. And let's head over to Readdy. So let me click on this. And it is done. You can see this. So for some reason it didn't, let me reload this. It didn't add the charts behind this. Let's see, it added the tooltip. So if I click here, we can see that it has centered this to its same the same max width with the content. So this is good. So I'm going to ask you to create the invoice section. So I'm going to paste this. So it's going to create a recent invoice table. Now let's let's create the invoice and the recent invoice table and below here. Let's just first complete this. Then I'm going to ask it to make sure the dashboard is responsive. So let's just click on. Let's see. Um, let's click on send. So let's wait for this. I'll go back and you can see the tooltip is showing properly, and this is looking good. So we are going to see the recent invoices, and we create the. And so once we are done with the recent invoice, we're going to go ahead and tell the AI agent to and create the tables in Supabase. So it plugs all of this within Supabase from Supabase, the data from Supabase. So let's go back and see. So it's creating the email dialog component. So I should have asked it not to create all of this yet. Hmm. So I made a mistake. But I'm going to ask you to change it later on. So let's see. Let's wait for it. So now it is done with it. So I'm going to scroll down. We can see the recent invoice. And let's click on the drop down. So we can see edit, duplicates, updates. Then for unpaid status, we're going to see edit, set, send reminder, mark, paid, delete, duplicate, and delete invoice. So everything's looking good. So the last thing we're going to do, so for the database, after this section, after this chapter, we're going to work on the database. So let's just make sure we are done with the dashboard. So I'm going to ask you to, make the dashboard responsive. So I'm going to say make sure the dashboard is responsive. Let me see. The dashboard contents, the dashboard header and contents is responsive. The sidebar is responsive, so I'm just going to click on send. And let's just click this and let's see this. I'm going to close this and let's look at it. So you can scroll down. So you can see if you also we're going to create a page. You should have added filter here, a filter by the side. So, but this is showing I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, and this is looking good. So let me see this send reminder. So it's going to open a dialog. So it's going to use AI to generate the email, and you can use this to send a reminder to the customer. So we're going to update this later on. I should have not asked the agent to create this yet. So let's see again. Mark as paid, and you can see this is set to pay. We can click on duplicate, and this will duplicate it. So this is just dummy data. So let's go up and see. So let's see. So let's wait for this to finish. So it is done. So let's try and check this out. So I'm going to click on mobile view, and we can see this is blocking it. It should have moved this to the right. But overall, this is looking good. You can see that's collapsed the stacks card. You can see this is in vertical view, and the table is looking good. So we can see the option, and everything is looking great. So we are done with the dashboards page. So we're going to go ahead and start creating the tables in Supabase. So let's go ahead and tell the AI agent to create the tables for us in Supabase. So I'll go to my doc and I'm going to scroll up to where I have the list of tables. So I'm going to copy this. So we have the profile, client, invoice, and I think that is all. So I'm going to go to the AI agent. I'm going to ask it, let's create these tables in Supabase only. So I don't know, should we ask it to wire up the dashboard? So for now, I'm just going to leave it. So I'm going to just paste all of this. And so I'm going to click on send. Let's see. So it's going to analyze what it wants. Let's set up all of those Supabase table, and it's going to also create a trigger. Remember, we are using Supabase Auth for the authentication, and it's very secure, so we can't fetch. So what we are doing, we're going to create a profile table, and we're going to create a trigger. So when you sign up, we're going to have the data in the profile. So I think I added inside the profile, I added the email. So it's going to add email to this field. So let's make sure that this is done. So it's updating it to do and executing SQL query, and we can see it inside the Supabase. So if we go to the table editor, we should see clients, invoice item, invoices, and profile. And if we go to authentication, we should see we can see the user that sign up. So this is looking good. So we can go back to Readdy, and I think it is done. So for table all live and lockdown. So it's going to also give us suggestion to connect the dashboard. So let's wait for it to finish. So you can see wire up the dashboard stacks we sent invoice table to pull read data from Supabase instead of mock data. Or we can build the client page. So let's just wire this up. So we're going to wire, let's just wire this up, or we can go ahead and start working on the client first. Then we can then wire up the client and the new invoice before the dashboard. So let's just wire this up. So I'm going to click on wire the dashboard starts and recent invoice table to have the calculator. So only so let's just click on send and let's wait for this. So it's going to use the Supabase clients and the components. It's going to plug it with the components. So let's see, it has generated a list. So let's wait for this. So it is done. So you can see that it's already has already plugged the Supabase and remove all the dummy data. So this is great. So now let's go ahead and work on the client page. Let's start working on the client page. So head over to the doc where I have the points. So just scroll down to where you will see clients. So client page. And let's start working on this. So I'm going to copy everything. So let me copy everything. And I'm going to feed it into the AI agent. I'm going to say, now let's build the client page based off this prompt below. I'll just paste this here and let's click on send. So I should have asked it to plug it with the Supabase um, client. So let's just because it's going to build everything. Okay, it's already doing that by itself. So you can see that it will create it's creating the use client hook to fetch and rotate clients from Supabase. So it's going to also create a dialog component to create clients and also edit clients. And it's going to create the client action component that we mentioned inside this here. So you can see here we have the status and we can see the action. So we have edit and delete. So it's going to create all of this. So let's just wait for this to finish. So it is done with it. So let's click on clients. So let's go to clients and we can see that it has created the page. So let's click on add clients and we can provide first name, email, company, phone, and address. So let me quickly give this a dummy data. So I'm filling the form. So I'm going to click on save clients and this should save and we can see this client here. So I'm going to fill up this. So we can also click on this card here on this. So let me click on this and we can see that this is going to display different view. So I'm going to fill it up with some clients now. So let me quickly do. So I've added in the extra two clients. So let me make sure the search is working. So I'll say Sarah, and we can see this is working. So let's make sure the edit is working. So I'll click on edit client, and we can see this is filled up with this. So I'll just add S to make sure this, and we can see that this is working properly. So let's quickly view this in large view. So I'll open this, and we can see this. I think something's wrong here. Let me reload this. So let me quickly log out. Let me sign in. So I'll log into the account, and okay. So let me go to clients, and we can see the data is here. So click on this, and we can see this in a different view. So this is looking great. It's looking great. So we can also ask the agent to make this text a little bit visible. But overall, everything is looking great. So now let's go ahead and start working on the settings, not setting profile. So we need users, like once you sign up, you need to add in the um so we need to add in your business information. So we're going to do that inside settings. I could have renamed it to profile, but settings is still okay. So let's go ahead and do. So now let's work on the settings page. So I'm going to go to the prompt and doc I have. So I'll scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to just copy this whole thing. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to head over to Readdy. I'll say now let's build the settings page. I'll say let's build the settings page. I think let's just paste it base of this prompts below, and this is going to start working on the page. So we can see it's going to start working. So it's going to read the files, and it's going to check the profile table schema. And now we can see that it's going to start creating the hook. The use profile hook. It's going to create the logo upload component, and the business profile card component, account info component, data zone card, and then it's going to create a settings page and wire everything, and also update the router. So let's wait for this to finish. So this is complete. So let's click on the settings page, and we can see the business info, the account information. So the main thing is the business info. So I'm going to quickly select the logo, business name, email, and the business phone number. So I'll fill in the information, just pick any logo and just place it here. And let's click on save changes. And now we can see profile updated successfully. So if you want, you can just set it to make this large to fit in. Well, this is okay. So I'm going to open this in full screen, and we can look at it. So everything is looking great. So now we're going to go ahead and start working on the new. So we're going to make this functional. So you can click on the new invoice, and this should take us to the new invoice page. And so let's just go ahead and work on that. Currently it's 404. So let's go ahead and do it. Now let's start working on the new invoice page. So I'll go to the prompt where I have all the prompts. I'm going to scroll up. We can see new invoice page. So I'm going to copy all of these. So let's copy. So this is going to be a 2-column site. So it's going to have the rest is going to have the invoice. So when you update, it's going to display on the invoice. So I'm going to make sure I copy everything properly. So let me do it again. So I'm going to go to Readdy, and I'm going to say, now let's work on the new invoice page base of this prompts. So I'm going to paste in all the prompt. And I think I added validation to, you should add validation to, yeah, you can see validation rules. And so let's see. at least one item required to save. Client must be selected and later send optional validation one if empty. And I think everything is fine. So I'm going to click on send. So this should go ahead and start working on the new invoice page. So good, now let's check the invoice. So let's check on the invoice. And so it's going to start to build everything. So it's going to it's going to connect this with Supabase. It's going to create a hook to load, save, and auto. Okay, and the auto number logic. Then it's going to create the invoice detail, add components, create, send. I don't know why it's adding this here. Create a line item card components, retrack, reorder, the note card, the live preview, paper markup, the create a new invoice page and wire everything, and also create a route. So let's wait for this to finish. So it is done. So let's click on let's go to home, then click on new invoice. And we can see that. So let's click on, let me open this. Let me open this up. So let's wait for this to load. And we can see, so you can add your business logo here. You can see the business logo which I uploaded. And for some reason, the outline of this select is showing, but we can see this is showing the preview here. And we can also add a description and also add in some notes. So I'm just going to, let me add in, so let's pick clients. So you can pick clients from this drop down. So I'm going to pick this client, and the client has been added here. And let's add in, so you should have removed this. So I'm going to ask you to remove this avatar added to this. So it's not needed. Oh, we can just leave it. This is just preview. So let me quickly add, and we can move this. So let me click add item. So you can switch between these. So let me do that. So I'm pasting some content, and let's see. So you can see this is moving properly. So I added pay 500 to this. We can see subtotal is working, the amount is working, and we can add tax, like let's say this is going to be in percentage, so we can say 5%, and this is going to increase the total due. We can add discount as a 10%. This is going to reduce it, so it's a 5. It's going to, if it says to 0, sorry, 0, let's do 5. So it's going to be 7,030.00. Then we can give this a number. So I'll paste it, and we can see this is looking great. So let's click on save. So this is going to save this. Let's click on save now. Now we can see that it has saved. So I think there's something wrong here. So this thing is saved. So let's check. So let me do it inside here so we can be able to uh, send the error to the agent. So let me select this, and let me quickly fill this information here. So I've done it. So let's see. Let's click on save again to see the error. And we can see duplicate key. So I'll copy this and I'm going to pass it. So let me paste it here. And I'm going to also say remove, and let's do fix fix this error when I try to save the invoice. I'll say and remove the avatar of the build to in the live preview. I'll click on send. So let's see, it's going to go ahead and start fixing this. So we can see that this is looking good. The invoice and everything showing the logo, the company name, the email and address, and issue date, and we can see due dates. You can also select a different due date. So currently this is set to May. So let's just go to Readdy and see. So where the issue duplicate invoice number, they can based on approach. So so it has fixed this already. So it has fixed this. So let me quickly fill in the information again. So let me select the client and I'm going to just add in all that I've added before. So I've already filled it in. So let's try and click on save and see. So it said um okay, error is there. So let me find the error. So I couldn't get the error, so I tried to save again, and it gave me this duplicate issue. I think it's because the invoice number is unique. So clicking it again is going to give an error because it's trying to create it with this invoice. So after it to instead, if it's already created, it should just update the invoice instead. So let's click on this to fix it, and let's wait. Let's wait for it. Okay, yeah, I think you say if you save and navigate it away, or if you click on it twice before you read it inserts the second invoice with the same ID. So so let's see what it's going to do. So it's going to update this to save function to accept option override ID. So let's see. So it has fixed it and I've already populated the field. So let's try it again. So I'm going to click on save invoice. Cannot insert not non-default. Okay, let me see. An error occurred again. Says cannot insert non-default. Should not copy, not copy the error. Click on send. So I'm going to let's see, let me check the console. It's going to console. Okay, it's no longer capture this. Okay, it has found the issue. Okay, okay. So it has already said to fix it. Hopefully this should work. So let me check the Supabase table. Let's go into invoices. And you can see that we've already created multiple invoices here. So let me delete everything. Uh, okay, delete. So delete everything here. And also it has deleted the item, the invoice item. So let's head back. And now let's try it now. So now I fill it. So let's try it again. So I'm going to click on save invoice. And let's see. Another error again. Cannot insert default value amount. Okay. Error again. Cannot insert invoice. Cannot insert default value amount. So check this. So let's wait. So it should. Reason default. Okay, so let me check which one. So let's check this again. Invoices. So I think let me check amount. It's a clean build. Here's exactly what is happening and what's good fit. So the build the bulk when you type in quantity or rate field and clear it, the value become so the amount was now must store this in a numeric column. So try and save and you should get it clean. So let me try again. Select this again and let's quickly let me fill this. So I'll just try with only one. Let me delete this and I'm going to use it. So I've filled everything. So let's click on save. Hopefully this should work. Let's click on save again. So I think I copy the error. So I was unable to copy the error. So, so I was able to copy the error and paste it so it fixed it. So let's wait for it. Okay, I think it's removing that's removed the amount from the payload. So hopefully this should work now. So let me select the client now and I'm going to fill this quick. So I've pasted it now. So let's click on save invoice. Hopefully this should work. Save and we can see that it has worked. So it's redirecting us to dashboard / invoices. So let's go ahead and work on the all invoices page. Let's go ahead and work on the all invoices page. So I'll go to prompt to where I have all the prompt and I'm going to copy this all invoice. So this all invoice has the page header, the filter and the table header, which also have the invoice data table. We have the action drop down. Then now you can see the dialog for the email generator dialog. I think the AI generator is something different. So let's just go back to, let me click on back. This should go to home. So let me, I don't know why it's not going to dashboard. And we should see the invoices here. So I can click here. And for some reason, this is not showing properly. Let me open this in a new tab. Okay, let me click on this. We are going to tell the agent to fix this. So we can just send to clients. And this is going to show up like this with the email that is going to be generated by AI. I think this is okay. Um, let's see. So let's just go ahead and let me go ahead and copy this. I don't know, should I remove this image generator? We already have it already. Then we see pagination, the empty state, and create with AI. So this is already, so let me just move this out. We've already created this. So I'll move this out and I'm going to paste it below here. And I'm going to just copy this first. So I'm going to leave out the create with AI dialog and AI email generator dialog or reminder. It should be email reminder, like send reminder. So I'm going to click on ready and I'm going to say, now let's create all invoice page base of this bounds below. I'll paste this and I'm going to click on send. And this should start generating the page. So you see they already have the create with AI, so we can ask it to update it with the prompt we already have here. Sorry, this prompt we have here. So but it's okay. I can also tell it to how the AI will flow. So you just, when the user pastes in the text, the clicks generate, then the API send text to the AI agent or the AI API, then the backend create the invoice. So I'm going to do the AI feature later on after the entire project. So let's just wait for this to finish the all invoice page. So now it is done with it. So let's click on all invoices and we should see all the invoices. So let's try to fix this. So before I click on this, let me click on filter. So we have draft, unpaid, paid, and everything's looking good. So let me search and see if it's working. So I think it's search by client. I think I have the same client. Let's check by so let's say 06. So it's working. So the ID is also working. And pagination is also added here. So we also have this button to create with AI. So AI feature is going to be coming next. So let's fix this and then we can go ahead and work on the invoice detail. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to select this. Select parent. So for some reason it's not selecting this. I'll just say fix this action drop down. When click or when the action icon is clicked, the drop down should not should be outside the table and should not be inside the table, causing overflow. Do the same for the recent table in the dashboard. So let's click on that. And you should go ahead and fix this issue. And so let's wait for this to fix it. So hold on. Okay, so it has fixed the issue. So you can click here now. We can see edit invoice. And this should take us to wow. So it has also created the edit invoice page. So everything's looking good. So let's just quickly change the price. So let me click on this and change the client and let's just change this to 4 and let's see that this is working. So click on save changes and it is updated this. So it didn't redirect us to, so let's click on back and let's see that it's work. You can see that it's working. So the edit invoice is working and we can see send to clients and this is going to just generate this is coming. We're going to fix, we're going to work on that and duplicate. Let's see if duplicate is working. So duplicate is working very fine. So this is great. So now let's go ahead and work on the detail page. So if you click on this, so this is taking you to edit. We don't want this to go to edit. So we want to create an invoice detail page. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's go ahead and work on the detail page for the invoices, for the invoice. So I'll go to the prompt and if I scroll down, I think, yeah, you can see it here. So you can see the page. So this is going to be URL invoice slash ID and it's going to have the page, the page header, which have the left side, and the header is going to have a left side, the left side, which is going to have the back to invoices, the invoice number, the status badge, which is draft, unpaid or paid, and the right is going to have it's going to have the button to set to get a reminder or to send to client if it's draft or to and also the edit button. So we're going to also have a button that if you click is going to open the browser print window so you can download the PDF. Can download the invoice in PDF. Then we're going to also have the invoice, which is going to be centered similar to the live preview one we have. And this is just the action of what the print or download button behavior we do. So let's just copy this. I'll just copy everything here, and I'm going to go to, so say now let's work on the invoice detail page. When you click on the invoice table row, it should take it should take you to the invoice detail page. Here is the prompt. So I'm going to paste it and send. And you should go ahead and start creating the invoice detail page. So it's going to read this, and okay, you can see. Now let me also check the use invoice editor hook. So now let's create a use detail hook for fetching invoice plus item and client and profile. So it's going to create an invoice detail header component with backlink, title, status bar, and the action buttons. So it's going to create the invoice page component and the center PDF style invoice view. So let's wait for it to finish. So now it is complete. So let's click on any of this. I'll click on this and let's see. So now we can see how it is. And we can see it's sent to clients, and it's going to open the dialog where we can use AI um to generate the mail. So you can send the invoice. You can copy this and send it to a customer. You can also click here to edit, and this will take you to the edit page. You can also see the URL. If I click on this, you can see the ID and edit, and this is good. So if you click on, let me click on this, click on print, this is going to open, you can see it's going to open this window from the browser, and you can click on save as PDF. So this is great. This is great. So let me cancel this. So everything is working fine. So we are just going to go and work on the last part of this application, which is going to be the so this is not functional. Let me check this. So let's ask the agent to fix this. So after this, we're going to work on the AI feature part, and that will be the last part of this project. So let me ask the agent to fix this. So this so fixing. So I'm going to also there's no way to mark as paid. Okay, because we've not sent it to any client. So I think we also need to make this. So after we use AI to generate this, we're going to then make this functional. So let's just cancel this. Um, and let me just click on this, click on this. I said this is not functional. Sorry. And this is not functional. When I switch, this starts to change. I think and the graph thing as skeleton, sorry, add skeleton loader when loading. So I'll click on send, and this is going to help us to fix that part. So after this, let's go and work on the AI features, and we are going to make all of this functional. We're going to start with the create to generate the invoice with AI, and then we're going to work on send to clients. So you can also use, if you want, you can use the Resend tool, which they have here. But to add it, you need to add domain to Resend. So that's the only thing that is required. So let's just wait for this to fix it. So it has finished. It is done with it. So let's try and click on Fremont. So I think it's still not working. The filter is not still making any changes. So let me select it again and see the filter is still not. Let's see. Sorry, the filter does not work when I change the filter to. So when I change the filter to this year, they start. So it starts. Did not change. I'll click on send and let's wait for this to fix. So let's wait. So let's fix it. If I filter by last 30 days, last 2 months, you can see it is making the changes. So it's filtering the data. So I'm going to go back to 30 days and this show is working fine. So now we are done with this. We are going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start working on the AI, the create with AI. Then we're going to also add in the send email to client. So let's go ahead and work. So let's go ahead and work on the create with AI feature. So let's go to the doc and let's go to below the new invoice. Think is this new invoice. So we're going to copy the feature. So let's just copy all of this. And I'm going to go to Readdy AI and I'm going to click on this, then click on this button. I'm going to say, sorry, let me cancel this. I'm going to say, now let's work on the AI feature to create invoice with AI. So here are what is needed for the invoice for the download and how it should work. So I'll say, okay, I can see text area, header description, text area. So let me cancel this. Let me open this and see how they want the AI agent created. Is how it look. So I think it's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to deselect this. I'm going to click on the dialog. So okay, it's not working here. So let me just go into the invoice. I'm going to click on this. Okay, now I'm going to click on select. I'm going to select this and dialog. So let me say select parent. So instead of let's remove this. So I'll say when the creator is click, open this and description is paste. So it has already added this already. So what I'm just going to tell you to. So let me just remove all of this. So I'm going to say um make the text like the invoice detail the invoice, sorry, let me cover this. details, placeholders, and the text below the text area visible. Sorry, visible. So I'm going to ask you to make changes to this. So we also need to make the cancel button to visible. So say also the cancel button visible, or just say also the buttons visible. So and this is the AI flow. So for the AI flow, the user is going to paste the text, then the AI is going to pierce it. It's going to send the text to AI. AI is going to pierce the text. It's going to take the text, and then it's going to return a JSON with a class name, email, items. So let me change this to the invoice item. The invoice items, description, quality, quantity, rates, and notes. The backend is going to create as draft. So for the AI model, you can use OpenAI or API. So Claude AI if you have it. So what I'm going to do, you can also use OpenRouter. But for me, I already have AI credits here. So inside my VC gateway. So I'm going to VC AI gateway for me. And I'm going to click get API key. And let's wait for this to open. And now let me see. So let me confirm that I have some credits here. So you can see I have some credits here. So I'm going to click on API key. And I'm going to click on create API key. And I'll call this ready. Yeah, and I'm going to click on create key. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm not going to close this. Yeah, I'm going to go to ready. And I'm going to say so I'm going to say use Facil AI, use Facil AI gateway. So if you're using OpenRouter, specify that you're using OpenRouter or OpenAI key. So use Facil AI gateway. So let's see, everything is looking good. So let's click on send. So you should start working on this. Let me scroll down and it's going to analyze it. So it's reading the components. Okay, now let me check the invoice page to understand how to handle the pre-filling data and also check the VCAI gateway setup. Okay, let's see. So let's wait for it to finish. So it has set up, it has created a list. So it's going to create an edge function in Supabase, which is compares inverse AI. Then it's going to call the VC AI gateway. Then to create the client for invoice item in the DB. So it's going to rewrite this. So let's wait for this. So it is done with it. Now let's see. So it says it has called the VC AI. So it's using the GPT-4.0 mini. And I want to see where it's going to ask me to pass in the API key. So let's see. No API key, no problem. So let's ask it API. Okay, we can see it say to enable Read AI, add API key in your Supabase function secret section. So I'll copy this now. It's AI gateway API key, and I'll go to Supabase and let's wait for it. So let's go to Edge function. So let's wait for it. So we can see that it has created the function. So let's go to secrets and let's add it here. So I'm going to paste in this AI gateway API key. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this key again. And I'll go back to Supabase and I'm going to add this here. And I'm going to click on save. And now this has added the key here. So now we can go ahead and test this. So I'll click on this. And for some reason, this is still not visible. So I'm going to tell the AI to make it more clearer. So let me just open this in a new tab. So let's wait for it. Or let me do it inside. So I'm going to paste in data here. So let me try it. I'm just going to paste in this text I have here. You can see it. So let me click on generate invoice. So it says PS field, you must log in. So let me check if so I'm not logged in. So let me try and log in again. So we're going to also fix that. So let me go to invoices, create invoices. I'm going to paste it here and let's see. So AI is piercing. So edge function to X status code. So let's click on this and just pick this. I'll copy the error message. Or let me deselect it and I'm going to copy the error message. Um, say uh, error report, paste this and click on send. So let's wait for it. So let's say it has found this, the the invoice item table has no amount, column. So, okay, it has fixed the bug. Okay, it's applying the edge function. So let's wait. So let's wait for it. So it is done. Let's try it again. So let me paste it. Sorry, let me copy this. I'll just paste this here. So this was generated. I used Gemini AI to generate this. So you can also use Gemini AI to generate this this content here. So I'm just going to click on generate invoice. So still the same issue. Wow. So let me copy this again and paste it. So it's still the same issue. Uh, check properly. Check properly. If you are using the Visio AI SDK. So just press the arrow and click on send. So let's wait for this. So it's going to search. It has search for the VC AI gateway endpoints. So let's wait. So let me try it again. So inside the edge function, you can see the code which it wrote. So I'll go into this, click on code. Okay, overview. We can see okay 401 200 here. So let's click on code and we can see the code the AI wrote. So it's using this API. So let me confirm this API is correct. And REST API, we can see REST API. And we can say access. So I think it's Visio does not have the REST API to access this AI. So we're going to have to use OpenAI. So I'm going to log into my OpenAI account. Let me search OpenAI. Let me quickly log into my account, and I'm going to tell Ready to change it to use OpenAI instead. So I've logged into my OpenAI account. I'm going to click on API key, and let me create a secret key. So I'm going to call this Readdy AI, and I'm going to click on create. And I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to leave this for now. I'm going to tell Ready. So you can use Gemini too. We can also use Gemini. We can go to Gemini Studio. Or sorry, you can use AI Studio, Google. So we can click here to create an API key with Gemini. So let me try with OpenAI first. So let me go to so let me cancel all of this. And let me go to I'm going to say let me click on this. I'll say let's change the Visual AI gateway to OpenAI because the API you use does not exist. So let's use OpenAI instead. So click on send and let's wait for it. So it's going to go ahead and fix it. So it's going to switch it to OpenAI. So you say change it from AI API gateway to OpenAI. So let's make sure it's going to change the API. So let's go to the Supabase. Let's see. So let me scroll down and let's wait for it. So it's deploying this edge function. So let's wait for it. So it has updated it. So we need to add in the OpenAI key. So we can see it here. So I'll go to this and we can see it has changed the API to use OpenAI. And we can see this. So I'm going to go into the secret. I'll paste this. I'm going to copy the API key I created. So I'm going to so I've pasted it and I'm going to click on save. And now let's try it again. So I'm going to click on create with API. So I'll go to Gemini and copy this. Let me try with this. So let me copy this and let me go ahead and paste it here. And let's see. So click generate invoice. Hopefully this should work. So we're still having the same issue again. So let me go to the function and let's see the log. So let me go to the log. So we can't find the issue here. So let me ask the agent, say basis, I'll say error again. I have already added the open AI key. So click on send and let's see this should fix this issue. So let's wait for it. So let me tell the agent to test it first. So I'll click on test the AI. Let me click on test. So it's going to go ahead and test the AI. Let's wait. Okay, it said I should do it by myself. So let me just do it by myself. So let me let me go ahead and copy this. So I think I should have asked you to just use the fetch API instead of using the Supabase edge. So I'm just going to paste it. And let's click on generate invoice and see. So it's still saying 401. 401 field. 401 error. So let me reload this to confirm we are logged in. We are logged in. So this is still showing 401 error. Can't we use the OpenAI key in the app directly? Or make sure to fix the Supabase edge function so no error. So let's wait for it. So let me test it again. Rest it and click on generate. So let's wait. So okay, an error amount. I think this error again. So paste this. Remove, fix this amount error again. This error. So let's click on send and let's wait for it. So now it's already done. So it has removed the amount from the payload, so we can insert directly into the column, the amount column. So let's see it now. So let me click on create. Hopefully this should fix this. So click on generate. So API is here. So now we can see that this has worked. So this is great. So let's review and edit. And we can see that we can look at the name, and that's the name we pick here. You can see the name here. And if we scroll down, we can see brand identity package. This is exactly what we did here. We say brand identity package 4,500. So this is 4,500. UI prototyping 3,200, and this 900 for this. So, and this is the name of the person. So we can see this is great. So you can confirm this. I think it didn't add any notes. It says to no. So there was not any notes for this. So I'm just going to leave it like this and click on save changes. And this is good. So we can go back and we should see. So we can see. So why is there duplicates here? So let me check this. So I think it's okay. So I'm going to just do this. Let me delete this one. And now everything is working. So let's just ask it to fix this. Okay, I think this should be working too. So so, let's also confirm from um so I think that is all. So now let's go ahead and then work on the the send to client email. So we can be able to click on send to client, and this is going to send it's going to show a dialog, and we're going to generate the mail the user can send. So I think we can show copy button so the user can copy the message and send it directly if you want. So for the send it directly to the email of the user, we need to plug in Resend if you want to use Resend. And to use Resend, you will need to connect. You can see you need to pass in the API key from Resend. You need to also plug in your domain, email setting, and text. So let's go ahead and work on generating this. So we can see also test the Resend too. So let's work on the send to email dialog, make it functional. So we're going to be using AI to generate the email. So I said now let's work on send to email dialog. AI generates the email, And if you look at if you go to the doc which I have the prompt, you can see I also wanted us to add the copy to clipboard and send via email. So if you want for manual sending, let's just copy this so we can tell the AI to also add this too. So I'm going to say email, then action. We should have copy to. Oh, this should not be primary. So I'm going to say this should also not be primary. I'll copy this. This should be on the left, and I'll just take this, and this should be this should have the primary button. So let's copy the outline for the copy to clipboard. So for the resend, let's try and connect the resend. So I'll click on add, and to get the API key, I'm going to go over to resend. So let me search for resend. I'll click on resend email for developers, and let's wait for this. So let me log into my account. So I've logged into my account. Let's go to API key and let's create API key. So let's click on create API key. I'll say ready, and let's click on add. I'll copy this and let's head over to ready. Let's pass in the API key here and let's click on send next. So it's going to ask for the so I've already added my domain. So if you see this, if I come over to domain, you should see that I've added my domain here. So I'm going to click on next, and we can see sender name Equitima. So we can change the sender name. We can see sender email and also the subject. And let's click on let's just use this line now. So okay, we can send to any email. So let me just use in order for me to send to this email, to see the email here, I'm going to send to this email I used to log in with Resend. So let me copy. So let me paste this here and click on send test email. And let's see. So now we can check this out. So let me go into the Resend, click on email and receiving email. Last 15 days. So let me check my today. So let me just reload this. Okay, now we can see the email. So we can click on it. Let me click on view. So let me click here. And we can see the test email that was sent to us from Readdy. So this is working fine. So now we can just click on complete. And this is already connected. So we can just close. So now we can integrate it with the recent. So I'll say send your email prime only if I'll say sorry with read recent API. So let's click on send and let's wait. So this is going to start working on this. So let's wait for it to start working on this dialog. So let's wait. So I can see it's going to create the edge function. Then it's going to update the dialog. So which is going to update the dialog with AI generated copy to copy and send via email action. Let's wait for it. So now it is done. We can look at what they said. Okay, ready is set up to understanding. We need to add the recent API key in Supabase as function secrets. So if not, the error message will tell you exactly that. So make sure you copy this, or you can use the copy. So let's click on let me click on the send to client, so it will update. Okay, it's going to start to generate the email once I click on that button, and we can see the subject, which is the oh sorry, I think this calling this like this is going to calling the AI like this is not the best way. I think maybe we can just add the button like once you open, just click on the button. This is going to generate it. So for now, we can see you can copy this, you can send your email. So let me just close this. I will close this. So let me go ahead and add this in the secret. So I'm going to paste this here, and let me go and copy the API key I created. So I think you can copy this key. So let me just create a new one. So let me create a new one. So create, and let me copy this. Then go to secret edge, paste this, and click on save. And now we can test this now. So in order to test this, I'm going to have to create a new client and a new invoice so that I can test it with this email, with a real email. So let me go to Resend, go to client. So let me quickly do that. So I've created the invoice already. So let me go back, and we can see the invoice here. So let's try and click on send email. So let's click on send to clients. It's going to generate the email, and we can see here it might help messify you. Attach is the email, invoice, blah blah blah. Thank you for. So let's click on copy. So this is working. Let's click on send email. So we can see it's on page. So let's check the resend. So let's go to emails. Let me reload this. Now we can see this now. Let's click on this, and we can see that this email was sent to this user. So this is working fine. So let's go ahead and work on the, so we're going to go ahead and work on the and send reminder. Okay, it's already working. We can see that this has already been implemented with AI. So this the generating email and send reminder is working. So let's click on send via email again, and this sent. So we can click on this again. Let's go back. Let me reload this, and we can see if I click here, we can see friendly reminder payments due for this invoice, and this is working absolutely fine. So that is it. I'm going to also ask Ready to attach the PDF to the email when we send to the user. So I'm going to, or to the client. So I'm going to say, can you attach the PDF to the PDF of the invoice to the email when sending to the mail or to the email when sending to clients. So I'm going to click on send, and let's see what. So after this, we're going to then work on mark as page. So we're going to be sure and also ask it to give us a better download PDF download. So let's work as a PDF attachment. So you can see it's going to add H to canvas. Um, then it's going to use PDF export to render invoice paper to page 64 PDF, then update the AI email, download to generate the PDF and pass page 64 to Edge function. Then update the send invoice email function to attach the PDF via resend attachment. So let's wait for it to finish. So it has updated the Edge function and it's deploying it. So I'm going to wait for it to finish. So it is done with it. So we can go ahead and click. So let's confirm from this. So how to the PDF attachment, or when you click on send with PDF before hitting the API, the browser render the invoice paper element, the exact same invoice. Then it's going to convert the PDF. It's going to convert it into a PDF using the JS PDF. Then the PDF is base64 encoded and sent along with the email payload to the Edge function. So we send attach it to as a proper application PDF attachment, so the client receive the email with the invoice PDF right in their inbox. Name, invoice, and the invoice number. So I think that is it. So let's okay. So the email body also shows a little green PDF attached. So let's click on send reminder. So AI is going to generate the email, and so let's see. I'm going to click on send with PDF, and let's wait for it. So it's going to generate the PDF and then send this to the user to. So let's wait. So it has sent it. Let's check. Let's go back and let me reload this. Let me reload this. Let's click on this one. So this is the invoice. So let's click on this attachment and let's see. So we can see that it's downloading. So let me open it. I'll open it on a new tab and we should see the PDF. So it's somehow um let me cancel this. So the logo is stretched out. We can see, but everything's looking fine. Everything's looking fine. Just that we need to fix we can tell the AI to fix the logo is being stretched and the unpaid is not in the square bracket. Sorry, it's the frame. So, but this is fine. So it's working. So let me close this. So I'm going to do that. So now let's tell the agent to make the download button working. So I'm going to click on this, then click on the button. Then I'm going to say um, make make this button. Okay, make this download PDF button in the so sorry, this is going to be in the invoice detail header. So clients can let's just click it like this. So I'm going to send. So it's going to go ahead and fix it so that we can be able to download the PDF. So let's wait. So it's modifying the files, the detail file. So let's wait for it. So now let's try it now. So it's done. So I'll click on download PDF and let's see. So it's generating the PDF and it has opened it in a new tab. So it's similar to what we had before. So we can just let me take a screenshot of this so I can upload it and tell you that look at the logo. So I'll quickly take a screenshot. So I've taken a screenshot and I've uploaded it to this and I've pasted it here. So I'm going to say fix the PDF, the logo and the logo is stretched. So it's going to fix this. So fix the PDF when downloaded or sent to send via PDF stretch the the unpaid. So I've pressed response fix the PDF when downloaded or sent via PDF. The logo is stretched and the unpaid text not placed properly for every other part is okay. So let me send this and it should go ahead and fix it. So when we download it, it's not going to have this stretch um and logo. So let's wait. So another thing I need to also fix is this email. It should not carry the platform name. It should carry the name of the company that is sending the email. So I'm going to also fix that too. But let's wait for this to finish. So let's just wait for it. So it is done. Let's look at it. So I'm going to click on the download PDF now. And let's wait for it. So now it has opened a new tab. You can see the logo is positioned well, but this is not fine, but everything is fine. So this is okay for me. And I think let's confirm that the mark as paid is working. So I'm going to click on mark as paid, confirm. Let's see. So let's go back and let me make sure this is working fine. So I'm going to reload to confirm. So it's working. So now let's go to the home page to see that we can see the chart. So this is working. So let's see, we can see January, February, March, April, and if we click on filter by 7 days, it's still the same thing. But for now, we can see the revenue. We can see paid invoice, or I think the chart should be by revenue. If for me, instead of paid invoices. But this is fine. So the only problem now is that when you hover over it, it should have showed the amount of the payment. Like here, if I hover it, I need to see the total money amount that was paid. So let me quickly open this on a new tab. So I think I need to fix this. So when instead of showing the dashboard, unless the user is logging. So let me hover. We can see that we can't see any tooltips around the graph. So let's fix this out. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to hover over this. I'm going to select this. I'm going to say and fix the chart when um fix the chart when hover on the line charts should show. I think it should show a what should we call it? Yeah, tooltip. A chart tooltip with the amount. Sorry, with the amount on it, and I think the amount and the dates. Yes, and the dates. I think the dates and the amount dates and amount. So let's see. So let's click on it. So it's going to go ahead and start working on it. So after this, I think we are done with the entire project. And we need to also fix this because this is not clickable. So let's wait for it. So let's wait. So it is done with it. We can see that it has, if I hover this, it's showing one invoice. It didn't really put the amount. So I might change this paid invoice over time to, I think it's supposed to have showed the amount. So let's see what we can do. Let's see. So to update this, I'm going to also ask the agent to also add the on-page chat, the line on this card. So let's get a prompt for. So I already have the prompt I'm going to use to update this chat. So I'm going to scroll down here. You can see update chat section. So it's quite long. So I'm just going to copy all of this, and I'm going to go ahead and select the chat container. Then I'm going to paste this and click on send. So it's going to go ahead and update this. It's going to go ahead and update the chat. So let's watch. So it's going to update the data points, and it has listed out what is going to update. So let's wait for it. So it is done with this, and it looks okay. We can see, you can hover over it and see invoice, paid invoice, and unpaid invoice. But once you hover here, we can see the one invoice and the total and the revenue for that invoice. So this is looking great. So if you want, you can also ask the agent to add the total revenue versus unpaid, maybe amount summary. You can also add a date range selected directly on the chart. If you want, user can switch period without going to the header, and animate number counter in the stack. So this one is okay. So let's just click on this. So I'm going to click on send. So it's going to make this. Once you load, it will show the counter animation, which is good. So I think we are already done with this tutorial. So let's wait for this to finish. So it has finished. So now if I reload this page now, we should see the counter. You can see this is working fine. So guys, let's quickly view this. I'm going to generate a new link, and I think everything is fine. Lastly, we need to publish. So once we are done, we need to publish this. So this should be live. So I'm going to click on the publish button, and we can see, you can click on publish. So you can add custom domain if you don't want to use the domain generated by Readdy. So it's going to host your project and give you a custom domain. So we can copy this domain and I can paste it here. And we can see that this is looking good. So we can click here to log in, and we can see we can sign up. So this is great. This is great. So before we end this, we're going to also ask it to make some changes again. So I'm going to tell it that once the user is logged out, not to show, they can't access the login page or the landing page. But once they're logged in, but once they're not logged in, they cannot access the dashboard page. So yes, so I'm going to paste in the prompt, and I'm going to say when the users log in, they should not be able to access the Auth page and landing page, and when authorized, they should not also access the protected pages. I'm going to click on send. So this is going to fix it. And I think after this, we are done with it. So it's going to create a way to guide the components, protected routes, and redirect unauthenticated users to the login, and a public route that redirects already login users away from the auth or landing page. So it's going to configure the router. So let's wait for it. So it is done with it. Now, if I try to access the dashboard, it's going to redirect me to the login page so I can log into the account. And if I try to access the login page, it has redirected me to the dashboard. So this is working fine. So now we can click here to update. I'll click on update the publish. So it's going to update the live website. And let me log out. So I'm going to say I'm going to select this. Let me go to the landing page instead. So I want to change this font. So I'm going to select. I'll say, let me cancel this. So I'm going to say change the family, the fonts family used in the landing page and the Auth page. Let's have a better font across the app. So I'm going to click on send, and it's going to go ahead and analyze everything, the font, and change them to use a better font for all of these. For the hero section, I think for also the entire landing page. So let's just swap the fonts. So let's wait. So it's going to also do the same thing. It's going to also increase the this muted text so that it's visible, for it to be visible. So let's wait for it to finish. And while this is running, we can look at the live site again. So if I update this now, let me reload this. Let's go into login. So let me go into dashboard and see. So dashboard, and click on enter. This should redirect me to the login page. So you see that it is working fine. So let's go back and check if it is done. So you can see that it is done. So this is looking good. The font, it has changed the font, and I think this let's look. So I forgot to change the font for the testimonial. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to fix that. But we can see everything's looking fine. So if I go to login and then sign up, so we can see the font has been changed. So this is great. So we can just click here to update this, or later on you can make sure the font also, the font, the testimonial. Let's go back to the login, sorry, to the home page, and this font is also being fixed. Okay, we can also see it says continue the font and text visibility for the testimonial. So let's just click on it and click on send. So you just complete that too, and we can just, and I think that should be the final thing we need to do. So let's wait for it. So it is done with it. So we are done. So let's click on the publish button to update the live website. So I'm going to click on update, and this should update the live page. So if we go back and reload this, you should see that the font has changed. If this video was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. And just to wrap things up, if you're looking to quickly build your next client site or SaaS project, Readdy AI is the absolutely best choice for you. Click the first link in the description to get 20% off using the promo code IMA and visit Readdy today. See you in the next one.